Alright guys, I'm about to attempt riding this thing all the way to DC today. They're repaving my street. The first real ride, I've ridden it just a little bit here and there. Not bad. I just can't believe that this thing is a 1985 bike. Model name CH150. You know, they used to have the CH150D, which is the deluxe version. That name, that word, deluxe, is so weird, isn't it? Like, nobody uses that anymore. Deluxe. What does that mean? It's like a special version? Like a version that's a little bit bigger? Yeah, you don't hear deluxe very much these days. I don't think I've heard deluxe in... Yeah, like, what else is deluxe? It seems like they would use that a lot in marketing. The deluxe version basically means bigger. That's the only major difference, is the flip-up headlight and the digital dash on the deluxe version. I really like that digital dash. I can't believe in 1985 they were putting digital dashes on scooters. That seems to be very high-end. And get this, guys, this bike is liquid cooled. That's right, it's got a radiator. That's 1985. I mean, there's so many bikes that are air-cooled in the 80s. This one has got quite a bit going for it. Getting a scooter like this and restoring it, you kind of have to ask yourself, is like, does this make any sense? And it really doesn't, because these scooters don't have a great resale value. But I have seen some of these going for like $2,000, but that's the asking price, right? That's like when you really are not interested in selling it. But this bike, spending the time that I took to fix it, including welding the plastic and then painting the plastic, I mean, literally, you could get this plastic. Oh, this guy, you could scoot over. This guy could scoot over. Oh, come on, man. How about scooting over? A lot of you guys might be wondering, why even spend any time fixing this old scooter? You know, there's something really cool about fixing old machines, but scooters, they have such interesting quality about them. You know, when you look at a 1980s motorcycle, it looks like a real motorcycle, like the Honda Shadow VT700. It looks like a motorcycle a kid would draw, right? Like, there's so many like design cues from like the 80s. Like the overall style of this bike is completely 80s. It's completely retro. And there are bikes that are kind of coming up and trying to mimic the 80s, but yet modern. I don't think they're successful. I think if you're going to do an historic bike, yeah, get something from the 80s. I don't like the idea of buying something new that looks old. Some of them are cool, like Yamaha does have really cool, interesting bikes, but often I ask myself, why don't you just get an old Yamaha Sika with a shaft drive from the 80s? And I think that's a way cooler bike than mimicking an 80s bike. I don't like to use the bike lane, but Jesus, when in Rome. I mean, do people blame me for doing this? I mean, there's just so much traffic. It's like, this is why this area is terrible for people. It's like, oh my god, 15-mile-an-hour zone. This is a 15-mile-an-hour zone. That's incredible, right? It's like, I don't get it. If it's a school zone, aren't the kids inside the school? What is... Oh, I picked the wrong way to go. The good thing about this traffic is that you're going to see if the bike heats up or not. Just trying to find another way around. I mean, this is kind of like what life around here is sometimes. Okay. Alright, see, at least with the bike lanes here, I can just use these to kind of move around. Typically, you're not supposed to use motorized vehicles. Yeah, let's go this way. I'm on 16th Street. Hopefully this moves a little bit better. That's a cool bike. What is that? Triumph? Triumph Bonneville. Hey, what the hell? Like, why is there so much traffic? Come on, get it. Move it. Move. I mean, I'm trying to, you know, move on with my life by doing some filtering here. It's very difficult because these people are just like stopped in their shoulder when I honk at them. You gotta honk at these people. Oh Lord. Oh, it's construction, forcing people to turn right. Just follow the lead of these bicycles. What is happening? Oh, some guy behind me cut another guy off. This guy's carrying some sort of like senator. You see that? It's a driver to make a left up here. Oh my Lord, there's so much traffic today. I can just go right into that sidewalk. Let's see what this guy's got inside the car. Verney, Scotland, distilled. He's an alcoholic. Alright, DuPont Circle. I'm at my destination. You know, when you have a scooter, you have to compensate. Little 80s scooter. Man, pretty reliable. I can't believe it just started right up. Coming out of work and you're thinking, oh man, I hope you don't leave me stranded. Why? What is happening here? Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that. Her pants are way too high. You know, it's like when a woman is fat and then she wears her pants high up because the idea is that it makes her look slender. But really, we know that you're just fat. Why does she have such a large book bag? Looks like she's going on a hiking trip in the city. Often you see that. People using really large book bags and they're in the city. It's like, yeah, maybe get something smaller. Look at these guys. What are you, parking? Pig Parker. You know, you gotta get to the end of the line here. You know, that's a new fashion. It's like the really tight spandex in women, but they lift your butt up. You know, guys are going to be very disappointed when they see women actually nude. They just don't look very good. Like this one, right? I can tell you, like, she's not very attractive when she's naked. A lot of times it's just that outfit that's making them kind of seem athletic, but they're not. It's like the outfit. We all seen them. It's like all of these tights that women are buying that automatically lift up their butts. And it's funny, like, you ask them, it's like, oh, because it makes me feel good. No, the reason it makes you feel good is because you're getting attention from men, and that's how you're making yourself feel good. Biologically, you're just trying to attract some guy to put his schnauzer in you. Isn't that the real answer? Why is there traffic here? It's like, why is there traffic here? It's ridiculous that there's so much traffic everywhere. The hell's he? That guy's got like a woman's handkerchief in his head. It's not even a bandana. You see around here, people have these weird fashion statements that they're doing. It's like, it looks ridiculous. Foldable bikes and handkerchiefs or bandanas on your head. I like bandanas, but not the way that guy is using it. Yeah, I remember in Portugal that women, the old ladies, used to wear the bandanas in their heads like that when they went to fetch water from the fountain. That's how that guy is wearing it. You can't do that. You can't wear a bandana in your head like that. Come on. Oh, all right, buddy. Peace. Nice. You know the problem with a popcorn shop is that if it became a shop, they would have to charge like tons of money, and they would probably call it like a gourmet popcornery, and then we would have to like spend like $10 for like a cup of popcorn. I like different flavors of popcorn, but I know what they would do with a popcorn. Hey, douche nozzle. Yeah, I forgive them. You know the problem with the popcorn thing, they would turn it into like a cupcake style thing where everything is about the toppings. Which way is this guy going? You going straight? Why does weed have to be so pungent? You know, it's not a good smell. You kind of get acclimated to the smell, but you shouldn't. You know, it's disgusting. Everybody's talking about weed. Weed. It's like, don't you have anything other? You know, it's like everything about it, your entertainment. It's like getting high is like top priority. It's like if you listen to Joe Rogan, he's got so little problems. Okay, go straight. I don't know what the hell that lady's waiting for. I'm going. We gotta wait. What's going on here? Okay. The reason I'm going this way is because that school is completely packed and they're getting out. Frosties, heating and cooling. These people take a while to kind of like start moving. You know, it's not that I'm being impatient. What I like is efficiency. I love efficiency. I like it when like lights turn green, people go. Weed smells a lot like a skunk, like a dead skunk on the road. You know, everybody loves turtles. You ever meet anybody that doesn't like turtles? Look at this. My fuel light is starting to work. I hope it's got a little bit more gas than that. Hey, buddy. Toyota Camry SE. King Raz. That's interesting. What does King Raz mean? Come on. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Jesus Christ, this guy in the A4. Who the hell drives A4s anyway? I mean, this thing is plenty fast for what I needed. And very nimble as well. Brakes are terrible though. I don't like these brakes. But they're just typical, you know, drum brakes. Look at that guy. I think it's a homeless guy. You know when you see a guy and he looks homeless but he's really not homeless? There's a certain homeless look that they have. You ever meet one of those guys? Let me remind you, this is a 1985 Honda Elite 150. It's so old it shouldn't be on the road, but it's like a cockroach that you can't kill. 7-Eleven's got nice gas. That's 1.4 gallons. 1.4 gallons of gas. That's a big tank this thing's got. Oh yeah, my fuel gauge is working. It was just really low. That's the first commute on the Honda Elite 150. It is riding extremely well. And I wasn't expecting it. I kind of thought, okay, I'm not going to be able to make it. It's going to break down. You know, on these bikes, you never know. The only thing I'm waiting for is my airbox that should be coming tomorrow. The fuel gauge, it is working. The problem is I didn't have enough fuel in there, and it's a significant amount. I put 1.4 gallons of gas, and it, you know, worked right away. Now, you know, there's downsides to every bike. This one's making some noises from the chassis or something. I'll eventually sort it out, but itself, it's got plenty of power, and this thing is more comfortable to ride than the SH150, if you can believe it. Because it's, dimensions wise, it is a large scooter. It's like a small, large scooter. The Elite 110, when you sit on it, it feels like a child's toy compared to this. I like how tall it is for the rider to sit. It is a great bike. I can't believe that this thing is on the road. It's looking great. I'm missing the trim here that goes along here. It's a It's like a bumper like this in case you drop it, and I'm also missing it from here. Other than that, this bike is close to perfect. It does feel like it's brand new. The motor's got a lot of life. You know, these bikes were meant to be very dependable and reliable, and they are. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye! Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.